This isn't a zombie slaying guide. This isn't a guide to show you how to be the best player ever. This isn't gonna teach you how to hide behind shields with zombies. This is a video that's gonna teach you basic tips and tricks in Infestation New Z so that you can survive the apocalyptic world. How not to be a noob in Infestation New Z. Spawning. One big aspect you're going to want to learn almost immediately after playing, whether you're playing PvP or official, is the spawning locations. Spawning locations is going to be huge for you to know because you're going to know where you can despawn so that you know where you respawn, as well as looking for new players joining in or listening for shots or finding players who are camping other players who are spawning in. So this is going to be a huge advantage to you whether you're playing PvP or official. So basically knowing the spawns won't just protect you, it'll also help you get kills. Global inventory. Alright, so how to store your stuff and why and when. It's pretty simple. You have more guns than you need. As you see, I just got done farming some guns. I have some cool guns I want to keep. I have extra stuff. I can switch my police baton for a pistol. So I'm going to equip my V93. Now, why would I want to do that? You can do that so that, say I had one mag for my QBZ right now, I can switch really quick to my pistol and finish off whatever kill I need to finish off. Now this works awesome, and like I said, sometimes you just want to store it so you can have some stuff. So what do? You have all this gear, what do? Where do you put it? Well, what you do is you quit the game, and then you can store it. Alright, so to store it, all you have to do is click on the character you were just playing as, open up your inventory, and move it to your GI, which is your global inventory. Now the global inventory is pretty easy to use. You know, say I put in this, it might not change it. You might not be able to see. Let me see. Hold on. Just to make sure. Okay. So say I put in this Mosin. I throw it in my GI. And it's at the bottom. Now if I throw in my QBZ, I just right click, the first one I just dragged, you will notice that my QBZ didn't show up. It's because I already have a QBZ just like it, the one I threw in at 30 rounds, and it just stacked it. It also will not stack if you have a different skin on. So for example, if I can type this. Nope, bad example. My Mauser. Now, I have 3 of these. There are 2 different kinds. There's the no skinned and the skinned. And if you get skins from the Mauser, that takes over the no skin. So the only difference between these two are that I haven't applied a skin to these Mausers yet. Trick you can do, instead of sitting here and right clicking on everything, you can just stash. Stashing will get rid of everything that's in your backpack, which is really nice. And you can also make custom loadouts. So if here, we'll do this from scratch. Create new loadout. Okay, we'll have it on create new loadout. Say this is the loadout I want. I'm going to save that loadout. Saved. Name it whatever I want. Bam. I have to go through my loadouts because I already had some. So let's just say I get rid of my gorilla and my helmet. I just have to go to save, and I have to click load loadout. This will give me everything that I just had as that loadout that I wanted, which is nice. And all I have to do if I want to get rid of it, put my mouse over the saved, hit the X. Okay. and now that loadout is completely gone. Medical supplies. I put together a list for you guys of medical supplies that will heal you, as well as foods that will increase your health by a little. I've also included a cooldown timer for each of the medical supplies. So essentially after so many seconds of using one, you can use another one after the timer. Gear and the map. Alright guys, I'm going to make this as short as I can. This is the map. The map's pretty simple for some of you. Others might think it's overwhelming. The highest grade items you're going to find at Death Valley, NORAD, NATO, Boulder, Ridgeway, and Last Stop. You can find other high grade items in other places. It's definitely possible. Those are just the biggest ones, biggest PvP. You're going to find quite a bit of PvP at Whitestone as well, Clearview, Smallville, Camp Splinter, and you know it just kind of depends. You're just gonna have to travel there and kind of see. Varro, you're gonna have some competition, and there's different levels of play everywhere you go. I mean, the best players at Boulder can obviously go to Ridgeway whenever they want, but teams generally stay in the same area, and level of play generally stays in the same area. Hotkeys. Alright, hotkeying. Hotkeying is super important. Your hotkeys are going to be 1 through 6. Number 1 can only be a primary or a sidearm. And 2 can only be a sidearm or a melee. Now this is pretty important because in some games you can hotkey other numbers and use them. Now you can hotkey a gun into 6. When you press 6, you're not going to be able to pull it out. You can only put it into 1, and by pressing 1, you'll be able to pull out your gun. Pressing 6, you won't be able to do anything. Same with 5, 4, 3, and 2. Now, that's very important to learn how to hotkey and keep to whatever is going to work best for you. For example, I always will put my medical supplies in my number 3 and my riot shields in number 4. Now that's super important because if I pick up riot shields and I'm in fight and somebody's getting shot and I want to place a riot shield for cover, I'm going to accidentally drink my water if I press 4. Where instead I'd want to place my shield for cover. Tips. Alright, and finally the tips section. This is just going to be small videos that can apply to new players or experienced players. These are things that I've just run into playing through my experience, so hopefully this will help. Alright, sniping. Now, you guys will eventually have a sniper or get in a situation when you have a sniper. So my tip to you guys, I highly suggest you go into a warm-up server and just buy a bunch of sniper ammo and just practice. The people you're going to practice against are very good, and I'm not saying, hey, let's go quick scope. All I'm saying, guys, is go practice. In warm-up servers, you will not lose your sniper when you die. Ammo is cheap. Go do it. Alright guys, here's another cool little trick I learned. I'm calling this stopping the super. You can stop the super wherever you want him when he's running at you. If you're high enough, if you melee or shoot where you can kill him and he can't hit you. So if you see here, I'll get closer and melee so he stops. I'll get closer and melee so he stops. This can help from getting away from the super if you don't feel like killing him. Or this can help if the super gets so close and you have a hard time shooting him. Sometimes that happens. So that can help get him to stop right in front of you. As you can see, the super is no longer aggroed on me here, and I can easily just keep looting. Alright, this one is accepting items when you open a box. I didn't know this was a thing. I did not hit OK, and I closed. Now if you look, it says item removed. So make sure you guys are hitting OK. Alright, this one's pretty simple, guys. As you can see, I'm at a disadvantage. The player already hurt me, but I'm going to shoot him as soon as he's in the air. While he's jumping. Alright, in this video, you guys, I have an airdrop that dropped in a battle royale, which has a bunch of items for you guys that don't know. And instead of running right for it, I waited and checked out for other survivors doing the same thing. So if you have patience, you can definitely win a lot of fights and get easy kills. And for my last tip to you guys, use your shields. Now this sounds simple, but you'd be surprised how many people don't. Now if you see in this video, this person is shooting with a shotgun and I'm healing while hiding behind shields. The only reason I survived is because of my shields. Now it sounds simple, but it takes practice. You guys learn it and you'll become a much better player. And the rest you will discover for yourself, and you will die trying.